Are these the best budget earbuds that you can buy in 2024? Yeah, I think so. Let's talk about the SoundPeats Air4 Pros. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And before I say anything, I just want to take a second to show off the new studio. I kind of just started from scratch 2024. I want to start off fresh, up the production game a little bit. Let's get into these SoundPeats Air4 Pros. I'll tell you why I think these are some of the best budget earbuds that you can get. Right off the bat, I just want to talk about the price point because these come in normally at about 80 bucks. But I checked Amazon recently and you can get these for about $55 to $56, which is just a steal, I believe. Let's talk about some of the pros and some of the cons that I've been seeing, because there are a couple cons as well. And when you're dealing with the budget earbuds, you know, anything under 100 bucks, there will be some cons, but I definitely think the pros outshine them. So let me talk about some of the pros. Let's start off with sound quality, because you really can't talk about earbuds or headphones without getting into that. And I think that these Air4 Pros beat out the sound quality coming from these Google Pixel Buds Pros. And while the sound qualities in these are pretty decent, I just think that the Air4 Pros are just that much better. Honestly, they remind me of the AirPod Pros, something that you're usually paying about $150 to $200 to get. I think you can get that with this $50 pair of earbuds, which is a steal. When it comes to bass, I think the bass performs really well. Not too bass heavy where it starts to get a little muddy and you can't really hear the vocals in the music that you're listening to, but the vocals are still really clear and prominent, while the bass is, like I always say, I'm not really an audiophile. I do listen to a lot of hip hop and rap, and I listen to a lot of podcasts as well. So clarity and bass are huge for me. And I think that these have some of the best clarity and bass, especially at that price point. The only thing I would say is that the AirPod Pros probably do give you a better performance when it comes to that clarity, but those are just really, really small differences. Something that I really don't notice. And you know, I love listening to music with these, especially in the gym. I would definitely recommend this when it comes to sound quality. Another thing I really like about these is the ANC, and while it's not gonna blow you away like Sony's or the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras, these kind of just do what they need to do and provide you with the perfect amount of ANC depending on your situation, whether you're at work or at the gym or anything like that. These have 3 different noise canceling levels. The first one is just gonna be your regular ANC, next is gonna be your normal mode, and the last one is pass-through mode, which picks up subtle details and noises from around you, just in case you wanted to be more self-aware whenever you're walking down the street or anything like that. Hold down on the left side to switch between the normal mode, ANC, and pass-through mode. So having those 3 options I think are really good, especially at this price point. You don't see that too much. Whenever I'm in a gym or anything like that and I turn that ANC mode on, it definitely does block out the background noise, but that's only because I'm playing music at the same time. I do kind of hear subtle things, and I wish it was a little bit better, but like I said, at the end of the day, these are about 80 bucks and 50 when they're on sale. You don't really see ANC at that price point anyway, so I think these go above and beyond when it comes to ANC. The next thing I want to talk about is the fit, and I feel like these are amazing when it comes to fit. I never feel like they're falling out, and I think it's just the way that they're designed. It kind of feels like an AirPod Pro a little bit, but it sticks in your ear a little bit deeper, so it does have a more secure lock. So the fit is a big, big plus for me. Definitely one of the best reasons to pick up these Air4 Pros. Lastly, when it comes to the pros, I think this one is a little bit underrated, and that's gonna be battery life. When it comes to the battery life on these, it does have this yellow light in the middle, and that's just telling you that the battery is okay and you don't really need to charge it right now. but it does turn red whenever you do need to charge. So it does have that battery indicator, and that's clutch as well. And I keep stressing that the price point is between 80 to 50 bucks just because you don't really see all of those pros that I just mentioned in that price point. The fit, the battery life, the sound quality, the ANC, all of those are around decent to really good, and typically you'll have to sacrifice one of those when it comes to that price point. But with these, I really didn't notice any sacrificing except for these cons that I'm about to mention. So let's talk about the cons. The first con I want to talk about when it comes to these Air 4 Pros is just the build quality, and not necessarily that it's built bad. I just think that it could be a lot better. But again, at that price point, there's not really much you can do. I mean, you can definitely tell that these are plastic just by the way that they look and how they feel. And not necessarily that it's a bad thing, it's just with the AirPod Pros or the Google Pixel Buds Pro, you do have a nice weightiness to them, and these are just gonna be a little light to me. It's not really taking anything away from the performance, which is the most important part of earbuds. It's not the biggest con, but it is still a con nonetheless. The next con I think may steer people away from going with the Air 4 Pros. I've been having a lot of connectivity issues with these, and it's really been annoying, honestly. Let's say I put them on and I want to play some music or watch a YouTube video or something like that. For some reason, like 2 times out of 10, it just won't play anything, and I'll have to disconnect and connect again, and then it'll start playing, which is just a huge inconvenience and really makes no sense. Even worse than that, there'll be times where I'm listening to music, especially in the gym, and I'm doing something, but it'll just pause the music or pause the video, and I'm just stuck there having to double tap, and that's just the biggest inconvenience. Today, when I was working out, it happened like every 5 minutes. I don't know what's going on with that. That was like the first instance where it kept happening consecutively. Usually it'll only happen maybe like once or twice in a day, but this happened like 5 or 6 times in an hour, and that was just really, really annoying. I feel like if it wasn't for that, these would be like perfect, especially at that price point, but that's just a huge, huge bummer when it comes to the Air 4 Pros. And I wonder if anybody else is experiencing that problem, if it's just me and there's something I can do. But yeah, like I said, I think these are some of the best budget headphones that you can buy right now. And I still would recommend these aside from some of those cons that I listed. But let me know what you think about the Air 4 Pros. Have you even heard of SoundPeats in general? Because I know I just heard about these like a month or 2 ago. They do make really good products at an affordable price. So it's definitely a company that I'm looking out for. Let me know what you think about the new studio, the new background, starting 2024 off. I'm liking it. I like the evolution, and I definitely see this channel growing in the future. So stay tuned. Make sure you give it a like, a comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that was it. Peace.